This is the story of the final days of Iraq's former president, Saddam Hussein. Far from the eyes of the world, he lived hidden in a secret underground concrete bunker in Baghdad. From the heights of absolute power to the darkness of this solitude, he would sit daily under the dim candlelight, writing the final chapters of his life in a diary. In his memories, he remembered the days when, dressed in a crisp military uniform, he stood on the balcony of Baghdad's Grand Palace, waving to a roaring crowd of millions. But then, the tides turned. The clouds of war gathered, and the sky of Baghdad was filled with explosions and smoke, turning his empire into ashes. Returning from those memories to the cold concrete walls, an old framed family photograph became his only comfort in total isolation. Outside the hidden bunker, a gentle dust storm swept through the silent Iraqi desert, while distant American military vehicles patrolled the area in his search. Suddenly, the heavy door opened, and a panicked Iraqi loyalist rushed inside. In a trembling voice, he warned that the American soldiers were closing in. Standing up calmly, Saddam Hussein placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Do not fear, my boy. This is my destiny, and I have lived with honor." At that very moment, dust fell from the ceiling as U.S. Special Forces burst through the entrance, flashlights cutting through the dark with rifles drawn. A brilliant beam of light hit his face. With complete composure, the silver-bearded leader stood defiantly before his captors, marking the end of an era. Months later, a grand tribunal convened in Baghdad. Before the eyes of the global media, Saddam Hussein was led into a secure courtroom. Looking strictly at the documents, the chief judge delivered the ultimate verdict, slamming the gavel to sentence him to death by hanging.
Order! There will be absolute silence in my courtroom. I will not tolerate these outbursts.
Hearing the sentence, he showed no fear. Instead, he held his holy book high in the air, shouting proudly, "Long live the nation." The courtroom box stood empty, leaving behind only a closed diary. A ruler's journey had concluded as a melancholic sunset faded over Baghdad.